Hi guys, welcome to today's class session. Today we will be discussing negative statements, and I am your instructor Muhammad Bashir Ishola. So there are statements we make which depict our level of agreement or disagreement with other party. This is normal. After all, Einstein said, actions and reactions are equal but opposite. Therefore, in this lesson, we will be looking at the negative statements with a brief on the positive statements too. We will also look at the negation rule and contractions. So if you're ready, let's roll. So you look at the positive statements. Positive statements are statements or sentences without the word not in them. They usually include words like are, must, can, may, or will. For example, this is Obi's car. Chinyere and Hadiza are friends. I can dive. You will succeed. Negative statements. Negative statements are statements with the word not in them. It's the opposite of a positive statement. When you add the word not to a positive statement, it becomes a negative statement. For example, Chinyere, this is Obi's car, will become this is not Obi's car. Chinyere and Hadiza are friends will become Chinyere and Hadiza are not friends. I can dive in a positive statement will become I cannot dive. While you will succeed will become you will not succeed. Further example are, they are not my shoes, that is not Jomo's bag, I will not eat Ubaidulah's cookies, she cannot be misguided. All of these are examples of negative statements. So in other words, a negative statement states something that is not true. They cancel the validity of a statement. A negation element is created according to the negation rule. So the negation rule, in order to claim that something is not true, you form a negative sentence by adding the word not after the first auxiliary verb in the positive sentence. If there is no auxiliary verb in the sentence, as in the present simple tense and past simple tense, then you add one on your own. Do in both cases. For example, Bashir is a liar. Bashir is not a liar. Jim takes the subway to work. Jim does not take the subway to work. I know why. I hope you all know why it is does not. Contractions. Negative sentences can be created for informal speeches and writing using contractions. For example, Yemi isn't here. The sun rays aren't penetrative. Isn't and aren't are contractions of is not and are not, respectively. Here is a list of some negative contractions. Is not becomes isn't, are not becomes aren't, was not becomes wasn't, were not becomes weren't, does not becomes doesn't, should not becomes shouldn't, cannot becomes can't, will not becomes won't, shall not becomes shalln't. So in summary, a negative sentence is a sentence that states that something is false. In English, we create negative sentences by adding the word not after the auxiliary or helping verb. A negative sentence is the opposite of a positive statement. The negation rule is created to negate the validity of a sentence. Contractions are usually used in informal writings of negative sentences. And with that, we've come to the end of today's class session. I hope you now know how to identify negative sentences and how to form them appropriately. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in our comment sections or send us an email. We'll be looking forward to your responses in the exercises. Do have a lovely day. Bye.